Morning, Virgo. My cards are a bit messy up here. They're not perfectly aligned, which I'm sure is bothering you, but haha, I'm a Libra. I'm going to leave it messy. Actually, do you know, Libras are meant to be quite into aesthetic and the way things look and having everything pleasing, but I'm also quite lazy. Leo rising. So, Virgo, I'm sorry, you're going to have to put up with my messiness today. Um, Virgos actually, I've had a lot of Virgo friends in my life. Virgos are very good at looking after me and putting up with my messiness. So shout out Virgos for your patience dealing with other people. Maybe that's relevant to your reading today. Now, I got a vision last night. It was in a dream. So a lot of the time, when I see these things, I'm actually sort of in that halfway between sleep and awake stage, but this was actually in a dream. But I was shown a tarot card, and normally when I'm shown a tarot card, it's extremely relevant to something that happens in real life. So even though it was in a dream, I feel like it's something I need to kind of communicate. So it was not a real tarot card. It looked very much like it could be from this deck. Hello, King of Cups. Nice to see you. Always happy when you turn up upright in a reading. So it was, I would say it's very similar art style to this. It definitely had this black border, but a few different tarot packs do have this. Now I've tried looking for the pack on the card online and I haven't been able to find it. Some tarot packs have cards in it that indicate thieves. Some have cards that are literally called the thief. Now the card in my dream, the writing down here, the name of the card was looking for thief. Looking for thief. So I don't know, maybe you've been looking for somebody who you think has stolen something for you or something like this, but the image of the card wasn't very active. So the actual image here, it was of a street. It looked like a street in a town with row houses, and I would say it looked mid-century, possibly European. It reminded me of a small village where one of my Virgo friends actually, her family moved to, in Leicestershire, but I got the feeling because it was kind of the buildings were kind of had this orangey yellow hue to them, so it could have just been the lighting, but it gave a sense of kind of like the orange stone, that kind of like a sand coloured stone that they use in southern Europe. So I would say Spain, France, Italy, like that region where they use the kind of sandy coloured stone or rock to build with. So yeah, a narrow street, probably mid-century. I'd say, yeah, cobblestone. Um, there was a man stood on the pavement outside one of these houses, sort of to the left of the card. He didn't look like he was actively searching. In fact, I think he had his hands in his pockets. Maybe he had like chinos on, sort of a middle-aged man, maybe 30s, 40s, I would say, maybe 20s. I'm going to say 30s. And to the right of the card here, you could see the backside of a car. So the rear of a car, and it was a white car or a pale cream car, and it was either a VW Beetle possibly, but I would say it's more of that kind of like mid-century type car, like a Rolls Royce kind of thing. Maybe not a Rolls Royce, maybe not that fancy, but it had that kind of like curved, like the kind of curved back like to it, so like at the back of a taxi, almost like a traditional British taxi, a black cab, but it had that kind of like, it didn't look like a modern car, it looked like a kind of vintage car. So perhaps that's relevant to somebody somehow. In this dream, I was actually looking for my shoes. I was in a clothes shop and I'd taken off my shoes and I couldn't, to try other shoes on, and somebody had moved my shoes or I couldn't find where I'd place them. So the interesting connection here between seeing looking for thief card and my missing shoes was that I had a dream a while back actually that I went somewhere and I didn't like it and I tried to leave, but someone had taken my shoes. So there were other shoes available there. Again, in the same with both of these dreams, it was like there were other shoes available. I was in a clothes shop, and in the last dream other people had taken off the shoes, but my shoes were missing. So it's like possibly there could be a scenario here, Virgo, where it could be something that happened in the past for you. It could be relevant. So if you are going to a party or somewhere where you need to take off your shoes, keep a close eye on them so nobody steals your shoes, especially if they're particularly nice. If you've got like £200 designer trainers, you're going to want to keep an eye on those. I mean, who steals someone else's trainers? Ew. But I don't know, the dream's telling me something. So it could be that you went to some sort of party. I'm getting more like house party or something. There was a weird vibe. You tried to leave, but someone had taken your shoes because they didn't want you to leave. That's the feeling that I'm getting with that. Take it if it's relevant, leave it if it isn't. It's repeating though. It's a theme that's come through more than once. I'm going to bob that right in the middle of the deck there. Goodbye, King of Cups. You've done your duty. Thank you very much. So lost shoes. As I was tuning into your energy and trying to get specific messages for your sign, I was looking at this card, which is the Hermit card. It's your card in the tarot. I had this feeling of like you having work to do. You've got something to do, some kind of work to do. Something that actually needs like actual tangible steps taken, but you have to do it on your own for some reason. You have to do it alone. I was also getting a pricking on my left hand here in this kind of fleshy part. So whether somebody's cut themselves there or they're doing some kind of work that means that there's like pressure here. I'm not quite sure. It reminds me of my neighbour who passed away last year or earlier this year, Brian. I've lost track of time, during COVID, so this year. It reminds me of my elderly neighbour. He kind of looks a bit like Father Christmas. We would tell the kids, oh, that's Father Christmas, and he was lovely. He was very kind and like Father Christmassy, you know. He'd always be happily opening his door and giving the kids chocolates with his wife at Halloween and things like this. So very, very kind man. So I don't know, maybe you know somebody called Brian, or I'll tell you my little anecdote because I feel like it may have some relevance to somebody. Brian's house has been bought now. It was sold and bought by somebody else, and somebody's developing it. Now, Brian was an artist. He had his wife passed away before him. He was ill for a long time. His wife sadly passed away before him, and I think it was really, really hard on him. I think he kind of expected that he was going to go before her, and so he drew this gorgeous mural. I hope nobody minds me talking about this, but he had this gorgeous like full wall mural in his house of Jesus carrying the cross, symbolizing his burden, right? He carried on. This is what I assume. He showed it me. He brought me into his house to show it me. Very proud of it, but it was very emotive. Didn't discuss it too much, but the impression that I got was that he was carrying these burdens because he carried on living when his wife had passed away. So I don't know if this is something that somebody is dealing with. It could be you or somebody around you. If this is somebody around you, you may want to reach out to them and just not even like cause a big fuss, but just check in and say, hey, I'm going to the shop. Is there anything you want me to get for you? Or how are you doing? You know, if it's COVID, you know, and you're careful, maybe write this person a card and post it through the letterbox if you can't actually go to see them. But there could be something there for somebody. I was getting a word. Now, it's really difficult for me to get because it didn't feel like a word that I was familiar with. It came through at first like the word cosmos, and maybe I think cosmos might be a type of flower, so that could be something for somebody. I just got that then, but I was kind of getting the impression of maybe it was a pet name, like somebody's name for a dog or something was like Cosmos, but it didn't sound like that. It sounded like it was like a word I didn't know, so it was almost like it had an R in it or something, like Crosmos. So maybe that is meaningful to somebody. Maybe it was like a pun on Christmas, or I don't know. I kind of got Bill Crosby though, because it was like Crosby, right? Crosmos. And so like he always wore those jumpers, like he had quite like iconic jumpers in the Cosby Show. Sort of, I know I'm talking about a man who was very, very controversial there. I'm not condoning anything there, but it's what I was shown, so I'm just communicating what came through. There could be some kind of relevance there for somebody though. And then I was also shown with the jumper, like a boat. I don't know if it's a small boat, it's like a speedboat or a rowboat. So I don't know if somebody knew somebody who wore those kind of jumpers, and they had a boat, like maybe they went on fishing trips with them. This thing about boats comes up quite often. Okay, so the songs that played. Oh, I had a Look What You Made Me Do really stuck in my head. I watched a little bit of your last reading, um, and that song kind of really stuck in my head from it. Particularly the line, I made up rules, I do it all the time. So something about you could be dealing with somebody here who keeps changing the rules. You think you know the rules, but then they change them. Like there's no consistency with the rules with this person. I feel like it could be childhood. Like this is somebody you knew from childhood, and they have very inconsistent rules. So you never knew quite where the boundaries were, or it's almost like the rules were changing to suit them, and it kept you in confusion. But I was also kind of getting teaching because I said the words hands down in your last reading, and it came up again as I was kind of tuning into the energies. I got the urge to do this, like hand, and the word hands down came to me, hands down. So it's almost like someone teaching, everybody's got hands up, and it's like, right, I'm explaining something, so hands down, hands on the table. So it could be that that's jogs your memory of something, perhaps. I don't know why things come through. I just deliver the messages. Do you like my segue? Because the first song that came through as I was setting up your cards was Deliver by Fifth Harmony. I deliver, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Very Capricorn. I said Capricorn. I didn't mean to say Capricorn. Very Earth sign energy, and it does actually strike me as quite a Capricorny song. Capricorny. So I don't know if you're dealing with a Cappy. But yeah, it's very earth sign energy where it's like I get the job done. Again, I was picking up on this from over here. It's like you've got some kind of job to do, and it's like I deliver. You can rely on me. I deliver. I'm going to get it done. Another connotation of that song for some of you literally is just like I'm going to get the job done, right? For others of you, there's something to do with relationships here where quite a few cards started flipping out during this song. So I saw the Hermit in reverse with the Five of Cups. Now the Hermit in the upright is being alone, wanting to be alone, doing a bit of soul searching, taking yourself away from society a little bit. But in the reverse, this shows me somebody coming out of hermit mode. But it came out with the Five of Cups. It was from this deck. Now, the Five of Cups talks about feeling a bit upset about past relationships, things that didn't work out, relationships that didn't work out, or there was a sense of disappointment with them. But there's two cups standing, so there's a better relationship that suits you better on the way. So before that, what was coming out was All the Nights. Now, it's really interesting how it happened because this song, I Deliver, in your last reading, you had this thing about not letting people take advantage of you if all that they're interested in is your physical body, right? If all they want from you is sex, then that's not a healthy relationship. So interestingly enough, the first card that came up was the Knight of Cups in the upright. Now, the Knight of Cups in the upright symbolizes somebody coming to, or was it in the reverse? No, sorry, the Knight of Cups in the reverse and the Knight of Wands in the upright. This tells me, these two cards together tells me this person's not interested in emotions or love, or they're withholding emotions and love. Excuse me, and they're presenting as the Knight of Wands who is looking for a good time, okay? The Knight of Wands in the reverse is a player, but the two cards together shows me there's some kind of lack or withdrawal of emotion, and it's just passion and sex. So that could be something for you. It could be that you're dealing with two different people, okay? Somebody who isn't offering you any love, so therefore you're going towards somebody who's very passionate. However, a third night came out. Now, these all came out specifically nights in this order. So 3 nights. So that tells me maybe you have this choice between 3 different relationships. So somebody who isn't offering you any love, somebody who's very, very passionate and very fiery, but perhaps isn't going to stick around. They're very flighty, the Knight of Wands. But you also had a choice of somebody who is a Knight of Pentacles. Now, again, this could be you, or you could be dealing with another earth sign. It doesn't have to be. But this person, the Knight of Pentacles, is somebody who's very reliable. They may be a little bit slow coming forward. They might not be as exciting as the King of Wands, but they're very, very dependable, and they're in it for the long term. So it's not for me to tell you what relationship to go for. I know I called you Venus, Virgo. Why do I keep calling you the wrong name? Maybe somebody does this to you. They're giving me ting-tings. That's not my name. That's not my name. Yeah, if somebody can't get your name right, you probably don't want to be in a relationship with them. Okay. So Yeah, so a choice of 3 nights possibly. But now here's the surprise. After the Knight of Pentacles came out, the King of Pentacles came out. So the Knight of Pentacles is going to be a King of Pentacles. It's like they are on the road to success. If you're thinking they're just a knight, no, they're the King of Pentacles. So again, it could be you. I deliver, right, Virgo? And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the job done. So take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But it's very interesting that all those cards came out during that song. Now, as I was waiting for the next song on Spotify, it played an advert for a song called Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. I don't normally take the songs that come through from adverts, but it's the first time I've heard that song, first time I've seen the advert, and for some reason it seemed relevant to your reading. It could be that you know somebody called Olivia Rodrigo, not Olivia Rodrigo, but one of those names could be relevant to you. Could be something to do with the driver's license. Maybe you're getting your driver's license. Something like this, especially if it's to do with career, like you need to get a driving license because it's going to help you with your job, something like this perhaps. Now the song that did randomize for you, the second song that did randomize for you on Spotify was Valerie, the Amy Winehouse version. Amy Winehouse is coming through as a character in readings at the moment who's a little bit wild, a little bit it's representing somebody who's a little bit wild. Perhaps they have addictions, perhaps they're quite difficult to deal with. They're very emotional. Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over? So I feel like one of these people is like, I do feel, Virgo, that some of you are dealing with somebody who is more about they're very much about the reputation, the way that they look, perhaps like social media presence. It's very much on the surface and to do with how they are seen by the outside world, rather than what actually makes them happy, or what actually, rather than living life and enjoying life and being happy. It's like, I have to put on this front where I want other people to see how successful I am. Again, could possibly dealing with a low vibrational Cappy there. So take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But that was coming through in your last reading, and it's coming back again. Stop making a fool out of me. Come on over. It's like, I want to brag to my friends that I've had you, like something like this. It's not very nice energy. So I don't know if you are dealing with someone like that or not. I mean, I'm sorry this is such a long introduction for you today. It's 11:55 on the clock there, just to kind of show you. Oh, and hi, you just saw me there. Yeah, looking very scruffy with my hair up and no makeup. So that was great. That was great. Really enjoyed that. Let me just get Spotify up for you, and again, it's talking about like your appearance again on social media. All of us look scruffy sometimes. When we get out of bed, we shove our hair up, like we're not at our best. But I know that I can take very nice pictures of myself, so there. But yeah, everybody has like good days and bad days, and I think that's important to recognize in yourself and in other people. And it's something I'm learning too. Oh. So Stuck With You is playing by Arianna Grande and Justin Bieber. So again, take that if it's relevant. I will make a note of that song for you. But we're going to randomise you a song on camera here. Virgo. Reflection from Mulan. Perhaps that has some significance for you. But again, she is putting on an appearance. She's not being herself. When will my reflection show who I am inside? Again, it's this thing about like appearances being deceiving, or somebody putting on some kind of like false pretense. I love it when things get confirmed by the songs. So take those songs if they're relevant for you, leave them if they're not, and all the songs that come through for your reading will be in that description box down below. I do really recommend you go and either look up the lyrics to that Reflection song by Christina Aguilera. I know it's a bit cheesy, but yeah, I don't know. Earth signs, you are super cheesy on the sly. And yeah, but it's a very good song, actually. The words in that song are, I think a lot of people feel like that from time to time. Definitely go and check that one out. Okay, so I'm going to get you an overall energy for your reading today, and we're doing a full spread. We're going past, present, future, heart space, head space, action space. It's your reading, so it's going to be about you on the whole, okay? Take any gender as it resonates. So if I'm talking about a king and I'm saying he, it could be he, she, they. Okay, so just take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. And let's, get you an overall energy. Whoa, 3 cards. What are you dealing with here? Oh, there's the Knight of Cups again, but this time they're in the upright. That is marriage. That is a proposal. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. So it's not for everybody. You could be thinking about making some kind of offer, or somebody's made some kind of offer to you. It's an emotional offer, but it's very grounded as well. It's not pie in the sky. It's something tangible that you can hold. So this is like, I've got a plan here. I want you involved. I care about you. It's coming in with emotion. And yeah, it's something that's like a seed that can be planted and it can grow. It's going to be some kind of commitment here with this Hierophant card. The Hierophant card can symbolize things like marriage. So some kind of commitment. It's quite a formal commitment. There could also be something here to do with spirituality. This card can indicate church or higher learning, universities, things like this. But it's a very formal card. It's actually Taurian energy. So we've picked up on all three earth signs in your reading today. We've got Taurus, Virgo, of course, and I've picked up on Cappy before as well. So a lot of earth signs here. I don't know if you've got a lot of different earth placements in your chart, or you're just maybe involved with a little group of earth signs, or there's something going on here. I was just seeing on Twitter, it's like one of the trending things that Venus is apparently, I've not confirmed this, but apparently Venus has moved into Capricorn now. And everybody was making jokes like, right, who wants to marry me? Because Capricorn, Venus in Capricorn is very much like relationships that are formal and they're going to go somewhere, and there's potential in them. They want the growth there. So people making a lot of jokes about this. I found it funny on tarot Twitter. So, but yeah, that could be why this influence is coming in here. It's like I want some kind of commitment in a situation. It doesn't have to be romance. It can be work. It can be friendships. It can be just people that you're dealing with. It's like, I really want some kind of commitment here. There's an offer being made here. Brilliant that it's got emotions involved, but I want it to have an actual, like, practical, tangible first step. So it's like somebody coming to you like, hi, let's go on a date. I really like you. Let's go on a date. This is like, lock it down. Okay, tell me when, tell me where, tell me like, what am I going to wear? So it's like, it's no good to just be like, I love you. It's like, okay, tell me you love me, but like, what are we going to do about that? So it's very earth sign energy. Okay. And the Hierophant is, excuse me, the Hierophant is a major arcana. So that is a very strong energy ruling your reading today. So yeah, you're definitely looking at commitments. You want something that can go somewhere. You want something, it could be like looking at long-term plans, especially like financial plans. But there's some kind of emotion here as well. Now, an interesting thing I'm picking up on here with the Knight of Cups is sometimes the Knight of Cups is depicted with quite a big body of water in front of them that stops them. It's like they want to come forward with these emotions, but there's some kind of like emotional river that they need to cross. Now, the emotional river on this card is very, very small. That horse is going to be able to leap across that with no trouble. So there's something there as well with that I'm noticing today. Sometimes the term crossing the Rubicon comes up in my readings, which means there's no going back. Once you cross that river, there's no going back. But here, this is something you could go back and forth from. So perhaps this is why you want this kind of commitment, this kind of actual physical, tangible aspect of whatever this is for you, because it's like, I don't want somebody who's going to be like wishy-washy, going back and forth. I want this to be like, it's like locked down. Maybe that's why I was getting like hands down. Something like that. It's like you want something that's like earthy and grounded. Okay, I'm going to pull all your cards and then we're going to pull clarifies and analyze it. So I'm just going to pull the cards quite quickly here. So for your past heart space, Virgo's past heart space, please. Virgo's past heart space, moon in reverse. Okay. Past thoughts, the star, nice. Past action space. Okay, did something hide? Yep, something flipped in here. You're hiding this. Temperance. Look at all these major arcana. This is pretty impressive here, Virgo. 1, 2, 3, 4, like leading your reading, you've got these 3 major arcana. That is big energy. There's been some kind of big, it's like some kind of big life-changing, like reassessment. It feels like midlife crisis almost. It's like a big thing you've been processing in the past. In your current heart space, 4 of Cups, there you are, not taking that divine offer. It's like, I'm not sure about this. Don't know if this is exactly what I'm looking for here. Current headspace, feeling trapped. Current action space, there's that love offer coming in. Here's that cup coming in, but it needs to be with the Ace of Pentacles. It needs to, yeah, 2 of Pentacles. So there's indecision regarding this. Yeah, you could be dealing with somebody who's very back and forth with this, which is why you want like make a decision already. Okay, I'm just laughing because I'm a Libra, so I'm always like weighing things up. I'm like, no, I can balance both. It's fine. Like yin and yang, got both going on over here. Like just throw all the plates at me. I can balance them. It's fine. Future heart space. Future heart space. Which way, please? Yeah, I thought so. Future heart space. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Ooh, that is not what you want in your heart space. We're going to clarify why that's there. Future action space. No, sorry, future thoughts for Virgo. Thank you. Could be a fallout with somebody, which could be why the Queen of Cups is in reverse. Yeah, he could be making a decision here, an intellectual decision that overrides the heart space, but it's going to cause a fallout, whatever this is. Future action space, thank you. Whoa, spinning that Wheel of Fortune there. Okay, luck is coming in, and oh my goodness, look at this beauty on the underlying, the Empress. Again, Libran energy, Taurus energy. So very strong earth energy here. What else do we have? Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm so gassy this morning. I've not had breakfast yet. I've just had like a bucket of coffee. So yeah, I need that groundedness. I need the food. Earth sign. You've got Pisces, Aquarius, Sagittarius. I'd say this is Sagittarius too. Now, it doesn't have to be these signs, but some people like to hear them. So there you go, if you're interested. Can I get an energy, please? An energy for the reading today. An energy for Virgo's reading today. An animal energy reading, please. Oh, there's your otter. Yeah, look, somebody's looking for a partnership of some kind here. They just kind of showed me the butterfly as well. Yeah, a change. There's some kind of change in partnership, I think. Or you're dealing with somebody who's very changeable. You could be dealing with somebody who has had some kind of transformation into this kind of Empress energy. Earthworm in reverse. Yeah, they're giving me coming up. It's Dare. It's Dare by the Gorillas. It actually came through on for somebody's reading. I don't know whose it was though now, so it'd be interesting to know who that was. But it's this coming up energy. It's like you've been down, you've done that soul searching, you've done that. Maybe that's why the Hierophant's here. So you've been in hermit mode, you've gone down, you've done some kind of work on yourself, some kind of like spiritual reassessment. I feel like some kind of soul growth that you've been doing, but it's like you've done that now, you've learned some kind of lesson, and you're coming up again. You're gonna show your face again. I'm just gonna bob that off to the side there. Where can I put? Oh, there we go. And the shark, though, the shark is very cold-blooded. I feel like this could be somebody you're dealing with, especially with things like the Queen of Cups in reverse. That's cold, watery and cold, right? And being drawn to the teeth of the shark here. Now, shark's teeth, when they get pulled out, they grow back. They have like rows and rows of teeth, right? They just keep making more and more teeth. So with the Queen of Cups here in reverse, I feel like you could be dealing with a water sign. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. But it's like the Queen of Cups in reverse can be like unloving. It's like harsh, biting, withholding love. Some of you could be dealing with some kind of loan shark as well. I feel like debt collectors, or it's cold though. It's cold and it's sharp, and it's not a nice energy. Watery as well. Watery, cold and sharp. And dark. So maybe you're just kind of poking your head up to see. I feel like this is like something that's around you, and you're like poking your head up to see if it's gone. Like maybe this is the reason why you went in. You went into yourself. Now the moon card there in the emotions, in the feelings, is definitely fear. It could be overwhelming fear. It could also be overcoming some sort of fear. Let's find out. Why is the moon card here in the reverse in Aries' past emotion space, please? The King of Wands. You could have got some kind of clarity. The moon in the reverse can symbolize some sort of clarity about somebody's motives. Maybe you realize somebody was... So this is somebody who's very charismatic, very attractive. You can have a good time with this person, and they take the lead as well. So this could be somebody that you were kind of like really charmed by, possibly. But perhaps you saw this person for who they really were. And it's not this person's a bad person, right? They're just there for a good time. They're really following the passions. They've got kind of a lot that they're jumping between. But I mean, the King of Wands is very, very mature. And it could be that this person has said to you, look, I'm just here for a good time. I don't want to commit to you. I'm just trying to enjoy my life. But it's giving you this sense of clarity. I'm just noticing, and I don't think I've noticed this about him before, but he has his hand there between his legs. He's a funny chap, this King of Wands. Look at his expression. Yeah, this is somebody who's very, very, very sexual. And they're in your past emotions. I mean, it could be you. You could be you feeling very, very sexual. Very, it doesn't have to be sexual. He's coming through as very sexual today, though. Very hot, very passionate, very, like wanting to take action, wanting to kind of like seize what you want. Having some kind of, overcoming some kind of fear, possibly. So you had some kind of fear, and this is you really tapping into that kind of fiery energy. I've been picking up on this King of Wands energy behind Earth sign energy quite a lot recently. It's like all the Earth signs are tapping into this kind of like fiery side of themselves, where it's like, I'm going to take control, I'm going to take the lead, I'm going to go for what I'm passionate about, which is quite healthy actually. So take it how it resonates there, leave it if it doesn't. The star though, this gorgeous healing energy. Now this is balancing out emotions and being quite grounded while you're doing it. It's a card that talks about dreams and wishes and hope and aspiration. So why is the star in Virgo's thoughts? There's that Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups there being carried by the Knight of Cups, Ace of Cups down here. So it could be you making some kind of offer. It's something new. So if you're in an existing relationship, this is kind of like a new start in a relationship, a new offer of love, a renewal. For others of you, this is something entirely new coming towards you. So a new love interest, a new friend, a new emotional offer. I do feel like somebody's coming in with a lot of emotions, a lot of fire. Yeah, definitely. It could be you feeling this way to somebody else as well. This is your reading. So it could be you wanting to make some kind of love offer to someone, feeling very, very clear about it, very, very passionate about it. And down here with the Temperance card, this is actually balancing out fire and water. And you can see as well, there's this groundedness to it. Like both these girls, they have that 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the land. So it's like somebody's caught your eye. You're very, very passionate about them. And it could be someone or something, right? The otter and the Empress together indicate like this is someone you've got on a pedestal. It's like with the star card as well, it's like this person is everything I could have ever wanted. They are my person and I'm so passionate about them. Like when I think of them, I feel all this like sexual energy brewing up. I want to make this offer of love to them. But knowing that it has to be grounded, knowing that it has to be tangible, trying not to get swept away by this, trying not to get, it's like, you know, like your Prince Charming or you the girl of your dreams, like riding in on a white horse towards you, and it's like, I can't believe I'm awake and this is really happening. So it's like trying not to lose your head over it, trying to stay grounded, trying to stay practical, trying to stay earthy. The sunflowers here symbolize loyalty as well. She's got a rainbow top on. These cards both indicate healing as well. So I feel like it's some kind of trigger for you that has kind of like rocket boosted you into a new version of yourself, where suddenly you're feeling very impassioned, you're feeling very emotional, you're trying to stay earthy and grounded and practical though, with this balancing energy down here in your action space. Let's just get a clarifier. So secretive, again, very secretive about this. Yeah, this symbolizes that kind of hermit energy, the earthworm energy of kind of having that time to kind of be introspective. I'm always getting an impression of like, you needed time to be on your own. You needed time to kind of go into your own head and think about things. But perhaps you had quite a lot to do. This is kind of like she's not lay on the bed, she's up and taking action. So I feel like you've been very busy, you've had a lot of like tangible things to worry about. It's like, I've not got time to be in my head about this. I've not got time to process this. I've not got time to kind of like sit there daydreaming and fantasizing about whatever this is. And again, it doesn't have to be a person. It can be a dream job or just something that gets you really like fired up and emotional. But it's like you don't have time to lie there thinking about it. So you're trying to be earthly, you're trying to be practical, you're trying to be stable, and maybe that's why the King of Pentacles came out for you. And again, it's a king, but it can be female or non-binary. It's just somebody who's very mature. They've kind of like really there's no pushing this person around. Right, so in your current energies, let me just check where I'm up to. I'm going to stop and restart just so I don't cut out at the 40-minute mark. One moment. Okay, we've got 18 minutes. Four of Cups. So here's that cup then coming in. Here's this Ace of Cups. Whatever this is for you, it's emotional. It's an emotional offer, right? It's like there's that cup coming in for you. It's very divinely led. It's like, well, you wished for this. That's what it feels like. It's like the universe is going, Virgo, you wished for this, especially with the Empress card there and the Star card. It's like, this is what you wished for. You told us you wanted this. You made a list of like your perfect future, and so we've arranged it for you. It's here, Virgo. Look, it's here. And you're like, nope, nope, nope. It's too good to be true. It's too good to be true. I'm just going to sit here with my arms crossed over it, right? With that. Like, I'm not even looking at my phone anymore. I'm not even like looking at my messages. No, I'm not texting this person. And the universe is like, what, Virgo? You like, we just delivered. It's like the universe is like, I deliver this perfect person for you. Ooh, ooh. And it's like, nope, no time for it. There's something wrong. It could be with these three cups here. And I was saying there's like 3 nights in the past, right? 3 love offers or relationships in the past, or opportunities for relationships. Perhaps you're so busy looking at these nights that you're not noticing the king coming in or the empress coming in for you. It's like you're so busy considering the things that are like, maybe this person's, there's something fantastical about it. It's like, I can't let myself believe this. I can't let myself dream about this. I can't even let myself imagine. Like, now it's here. Like, you know, in the past when it wasn't real, you could fantasize as much as you wanted about this perfect person or perfect opportunity. But now it's here. It's like, I can't have it right now with this Ace of Swords. This is like trapped, blindfolded, can't move, can't see, your thoughts getting in your own way. It's like, I can't have it right now. It's too good to be true. They keep giving me, it's too good to be true. So I'm not even going to look at it. I'm not even going to look at it. It's like, if it's not on a plate in front of me, like with a knife and fork in my hand, I'm not going to even like entertain this idea. So you're kind of looking at these people perhaps in front of you. It's like maybe you've been online dating with that phone there next to her. Maybe you've like, it really feels like the people in your reality, it's like maybe it's like your people in your friendship group, the people who live on your block, the people who are in your tangible reality right now are like not good enough. It's like they're these knights, and it's like, well, I don't want, it's like it's like you know this is here for you, right? You know that there's this happily ever after, like impossibly too good to be true relationship here. And so it's like you're looking at these knights and you're like, ugh, yeah, they're all right, but they're not the Empress. Yeah, they're all right, but they're not this passionate King of Wands who's like coming in with this like emotional offer. So again, take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. There's something different for everybody here. I don't need to pull cards on that. I know what that is. So here it's like, they just keep giving me, it's too good to be true. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. But there's some kind of indecision or balancing here going on. Again, you've got the Temperance card, the Star card here. These are all about balancing, trying to balance out emotions, trying to balance out everything that's going on here is to do with thoughts, passions, and trying to stay grounded and practical. You're trying to, I think, not even trying to get out of your thoughts about this. With this Eight of Swords here, it's like when I start thinking about it, I just feel trapped. So I'm going to feel my way through it. I'm going to feel my way through it. I'm going to follow my passions, but I'm going to stay very grounded and practical while I do it. I'm going to stay out of my thoughts because my thoughts just trap me. So you've got this balancing act with this Ace of Cups. I do feel like it's like, let me get a clarifier on that Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, please. Oh, there's quite a lot coming out here. You've got Queen of Cups, gorgeous. Nine of Cups, Seven of Cups. You're definitely going through something here where this card again is about wishes, right? Wishes, it's like the Minor Arcana Star card. It's also a card about like being really good on your own, being happy on your own. She's almost going, I don't need anyone else. I'm good on my own. And then you've got this Seven of Cups here, which is like showing this indecision about relationships. It's like an assessment of what do I actually want from a relationship. I swear you've got Capricorn in your chart, or it's just because Venus is in Capricorn. But it's like, I mean, you are a sign that has very high ideals. You do tend to idealize situations and people and put them up on a pedestal. But it's kind of like you going, I'm not going to settle for anything less than the best. Like, I want the king or queen, okay? I want the emperor and the empress. I'm not going to settle for anything that doesn't match my high standards. So he's not even looking at these offers that are just offering one thing. He's like, I know what I want and I'm choosing you. And then somebody here is showing as the Queen of Cups. So this is somebody who, excuse me, so sorry, it could be water sign energy, but it could be your energy. It could be somebody that you're dealing with. So take it as it resonates. But there's somebody here who's like, they're the treasure. They're the pearl in the oyster. There's somebody who's loving and supportive and nurturing and emotionally available, right? They're just very nurturing, very supportive, very openly loving energy, and they're grounded as well. They're practical. They're not like being bashed around by the waves over there. They're out on dry land, out of their emotions, emotional control, and they're very, very grounded there. She's got her foot on that rock. So there's a huge amount of grounding with this. It's like with that Magician on that Seven of Cups card, it's like you're trying to make your dreams a reality here. You're trying to ground them. You're like, I'll believe it when I've got the tangible evidence in front of me. So that's not a bad way to be, Virgo, at all. You know, you've got high standards, high ideals. You know your own value. You know your own worth. You can make yourself happy here. You're not codependent. And it's like, but I'm going to sit here. I've got a huge amount of love to give. I know what I want. You've got the Two of Pentacles, so there is indecision, and the Seven of Cups as well, indecision here. But it's like I'm not going to settle for anything less than. Do be a little bit cautious here, Virgo, though, that you're not holding somebody to impossible ideals, because you might find that no relationship is ever going to be good enough for you in that case. Some of you, it's like it's here. It's like, oh my God, this is exactly what I wish for. This is my dream person. Others of you, it's like don't be scared of being disappointed though, because nobody's the Empress all the time. Nobody's the Empress 24/7. You know, like if you saw my reflection before of me looking a bit grim, it's like the image I project on social media, the images that I choose to put on social media, they're not the ones where I get out of bed, roll out of bed first thing in the morning, shove my hair up, don't have any makeup on, like haven't properly woken up yet. They're not the images I'm putting on social media. So do understand that Nobody's perfect. Everybody has bad days. Everybody gets the occasional spot. Everybody has days when they're grumpy or, not 100%. So don't cheat yourself out of something amazing, right? An amazing relationship, like what you literally wished for, because people have good days and bad days, right? Be accepting. Try to not lower your standards. Don't lower your standards, but understand that nobody's perfect all the time, including you, Virgo. You are a very critical sign as well. This is my thing about Virgos. Like, again, have had so many beautiful Virgos in my life, like so many Virgos who have looked after me and put up with my faults and things like this. But there is a tendency of Virgo, from a very loving place and from having these high ideals, to be quite critical. It comes from a place of love. It comes from a place of like, I want you to be the best version of yourself you can be, but it can be quite hurtful to people sometimes. So again, just be aware of that tendency that you do have sometimes. So why is the Queen of Cups in the reverse though up here in your emotions? Now this isn't the reality. This is what you're feeling. So she could be she or you, or if this isn't you, this is like they're showing as the Queen of Cups in the reality. In your emotions, you have some kind of, you're not seeing it that way. Or it could be you withdrawing love from a situation because you've made your mind up about something and you're going to move into a new cycle. So could be a couple of different ways I can read this here. Five of Cups, yeah. Okay, you are looking, sorry, I'm shouting at you, Virgo, so sorry. You are looking at, can you see there's these three cups that are spill out? It's like past relationships, past friendships. And here's those three cups. It's like these are the three knights, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. And they were disappointing to you. They weren't good enough. So whether this be friends, family members, love relationships, it's like here, in your emotions here, you're kind of looking at these three cups still. You're going, oh, maybe I'll consider them. I'm not really into it. I'm just not feeling it. Like, they're just not good enough, right? I could date these people, but my heart's not in it. And you're ignoring this divine cup, this gift from the universe that's coming in for you. As this progresses, as you move into the next energy, these cups totally over it, right? They're not even standing anymore. The knock's over. It's like, no, like done with that, totally over it. But she's actually looking here at these two cups that are standing. So this is the divine cup from the universe and your cup, and this is the Two of Cups is a really like very equal relationship, emotionally equal relationship. There's equal give and take between them. It's kind of an alchemical process here when this gets started between these two people. So it's like over the past, whatever happened is over it, and then finally you're starting to look at these cups. But for some reason, you could be leaving somebody here. You could be moving away from a Queen of Cups. Could be a water sign, because you're realizing that they are actually over emotional, or that they're not giving you enough love in a situation. So it could be that you're dealing with two different Queen of Cups as well. You could be like, or it could be you no longer investing. Right, different scenarios. If this is somebody else, if this is a love interest, it could be that you've met somebody who is very loving in your tangible reality, who is emotionally stable and they're grounded and they're practical with it, right? They're not getting knocked around by their emotions. So you're moving away from somebody from your past who was over emotional or not emotionally giving enough. It could be two different Queen of Cups, because you've done the reassessment and you know what you want and what you don't want. For others of you, this is you. Withdrawing love from a situation. I feel like you're withdrawing love from a past situation where you've realised your worth and you've realised these people are not up to your standards. So you're saving that love. They're giving me, saving all my love for you. Saving your love for this equal relationship that you know is on its way. You've noticed this divine relationship coming in, right? So here, the Three of Wands. So you've made a decision. Mentally, you know where you're heading. You've made a decision. You're just waiting now, waiting for some kind of ship to come in. There's Temperance again. Again, Sagittarian energy again here and here. So yeah, very balanced, on dry land, right? Not in your emotions, just dipping your toe into the emotions. It could be, again, that maybe you've had some kind of like bad relationships in your past, and you've got yourself to a point where you're like, I know my worth, and I'm starting to look at new relationships. I'm starting to like try and look for my partner, but I want someone who's my equal. So not interested, maybe like going on dating apps and being like, these people are not what I'm looking for. I know my worth. I know what I'm looking for. Making that decision here. And then, but still continuing from your action space down here, being like, I mean, it could be what you're looking for. It could be like, I want someone who has the love, who has the passion, but the grounded, right? I don't want an Amy Winehouse here. Maybe this is the Amy Winehouse. It's like, I want somebody who's stable. I want somebody who's healing or healed. Again, if this is a relationship coming back from the past, it's like, I'm only entertaining this if this person has done the work and the healed and the grounded. And they're not like overwhelmed by their emotions. You know, they can dip their toe into emotions, but they're not kind of going to get swept away by them. Yeah. So the only thing missing here, we've got fire, water, and earth. So what are we missing? The swords. Like, there's no communication. There's no communication. Like, the only swords you've got in this reading are like the Four of Swords, which is in the past where you were doing that processing, and the Eight of Swords, which is like mentally trapped. So it could just be that you're the type of person who you get stuck in your own thoughts. So you're trying to keep out your thoughts. You're going off intuition, off base instincts, and from a practical point of view, rather than trying to intellectualize something here. But it can indicate, again, like all the swords are facing down. Every single sword here is facing down, which shows there's no communication. No action. These two cards are both about patience. So mentally, you're being like blah, 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 blah. You're being mentally patient. Now, it could be that you are separated from whatever this opportunity is. Again, it doesn't have to be a love interest, but it could be a friend, some kind of opportunity, whatever this divinely guided relationship is. This thing that you're now looking at, you've now decided on it, whatever this is for you, there's this mental need to be patient, staying out of your own head, making your decision, being practical, being patient, being balanced. So maybe you're just waiting for lockdown to end and you can actually move forward with this plan or with this person. What's the Wheel of Fortune? Okay, that was not a proper shuffle. I don't know, my hands just kind of went blah. What is it? It's kind of like almost like the fate it's like yet to be decided. It's in your hands, but luck is on your side. Wheel of Fortune in the future action space. Okay, so we've got a couple. Whatever this is for you, you've got a match, right? The King and Queen of Wands here. It could definitely be dealing with a Sag. Doesn't have to be. We've got like strong Sag in this reading now. And Leo as well. And it doesn't have to be any fire sign in particular. It's just the energy. And as I was saying, it's like I'm picking up on the earth sign energy at the moment of having this huge like fire building, which is like kind of fueling the earth signs, who can be a bit slow moving and they can tend to put other people first. But it's like this fire energy behind earth signs at the moment, where it's like the earth signs are going out and seizing opportunities and they're taking the lead and they're being more confident, which is brilliant for you. Love it. So I think it's because of these relationships that are being built, where it's like you boost each other's confidence, you make each other, it's like you want to be the best version of yourselves for each other. And when you get together, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of energy. And perhaps that's why there's so much like patience and temperance and balancing and earthing energy, because it's when you get together, it's like this fire. Like it's like, I mean, the very mature energies, right? It's not uncontrolled here, but it's like magnetic, it's electric, it's passionate, it's fiery, it's fun, it's spontaneous, very, very creative energy. These two people can get together and they can create something. So again, if it's a love interest, if it's somebody who you are going to get into a relationship with, expect it to be very, very passionate. If it's somebody who you are working with, there's a huge amount of creative potential here, and it's fast. It's like You're going to get things done here with this person. You're going to feel very, very fired up and excited about whatever this is. She's a gorgeous queen of wands. She just looks lovely. Like, she's got this gorgeous expression of like, yeah, I know my worth, I'm confident, like I don't have to like flaunt this. She's got this cat with her, which symbolizes like the independence, the sunflowers, which symbolize loyalty. She's not a player, if you were worried about that. And it's a very, very good match. Again, you're looking for your Two of Cups. You're looking for somebody who's your equal, and this person matches you on a passionate level in whatever that. My video cut out, but we're going to pull you a Page of Pentacles. There's that offer again, that practical, grounded offer, the opportunity to build something, to go somewhere. The Empress as well. If this is business for you, the Empress is expansive. There's huge amount of potential and opportunity there with that Empress. She's taking control. She's confident. She's brilliant person to work with. So take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Can I get a relationship message, please, for I nearly called you Leo. Maybe you've got a strong Leo in your chart. That's not my name. Can I get a relationship message, please, for Virgo? What tried to come out there? A change in the wind there for some of you. Relationship message, please, for Virgo. I don't have much time. Can you please give me a relationship message for Virgo? This is what you're like. It's like, I don't have time for this. I don't know if I'm going to get one here. There we go. Thinker, yeah, definitely doing a Thinker. 44 as well. Interesting. I posted Sonnet 44 by Shakespeare yesterday, and I was joking it was the COVID sonnet, so that could be for somebody. 24, time for a nap and peace. Yeah, I was saying here it's like you needed that nap time, right? That hermit time, but you were too busy. Right, I'm going to find these cards and we'll read them. Okay, so time for a nap, relationship message. When it comes to matters of the heart, don't make any plans right now. If you're not partnered, it's good to take this time out to get to know yourself. If you're involved with someone, relax and just be with your partner. This is going to be an uneventful moment in time. Don't force anything now. Allow things to flow naturally, and a beautiful renewal will take place all by itself. Patience is the key, right? Right? Patience is the key to your heart's desire right now. Withdraw from action in your relationship and give it a rest so that your love and connection can become rejuvenated. So just chill and be patient, be grounded, be practical. And I can see that's what you're doing. So I've actually just noticed that these are consecutive, but it's a countdown. So there is movement. If you felt like there wasn't movement, there is movement. The wheel is turning. It's just turning slowly, which actually means that it's going to be more solid and more grounded than if it was like this fire sign energy to kind of like just jumping in and causing chaos. It's grounded, it's moving, there is a countdown, there is progress. Just be patient, be calm, be still. Peace, relationship message. When two people are in true alignment with one another, they have an innate harmony between them. They are as two perfectly tuned instruments playing together. Sometimes it's impossible to tell who is who. Peace is yours and is to be savoured. So if you've left a relationship that felt quite tumultuous, again, it doesn't have to be romantic, whatever that was for you, you're getting grounded, you're getting that kind of healing, you're doing that peace, that work, you're gaining peace, you're gaining groundedness, and it looks really good. And I'm about to run out of time completely. So do take care, Virgo. I hope that was helpful to you. Leave me a like if you liked and all that business, and share with friends if you